guys, what is going on? RedMaster here, and welcome back to the edition of Cards and Castles Known Combos, where today, I don't know if I hit this combo per se. I might have previously, although maybe I just forgot about it. But I have meant to kind of peek into this a little bit with the Warlock Crusader Awakening. Obviously, a couple of things got buffs recently, flying books for one. And I've seen a couple of Warlock Crusader Awakening stuff, some hybrid mixed in with Last Will, if you can believe that or not, roaming around. So I did want to kind of revisit the deck. I don't know, again, if I did this already, but I figured it would be fun to revisit. We did the Ninja Warlock Awakening from the post patch, so if we can, the Warlock Crusader Awakening might be fun to look at as well. But with that being said, that's going to do it for this quick little introduction. Let's go ahead and jump into the deck list actually and see how the deck works. Alright, and here is our deck list for the Warlock Crusader Awakening list. Now, obviously, a lot of elements here that you would find in a normal Awakening deck here. Saurus Headwood, Golem, Imp, Swords. A lot of elements here, and including Flying Books, which, again, exclusive to the Crusader faction, and so is Knight of Flowers. But I feel like Flying Books is kind of what you need to make this deck work. But anyway, with that being said, how does this deck work? How exactly is it different from the normal Awakening deck? Well, obviously you don't have the draw support as you would in the Ninja variant with with the Sleeping Dojo, and you do kind of have to rely on books a little bit here in maybe your earlier stages for some draw. But as a plus side, you do get a lot of cool things like burns and heals, which I know could be very, very useful going into some matches. Pretty much, I mean, I maybe not as far as coveted, but I'm kind of putting some over exaggeration on that. They are highly valuable cards to have in a matchup. I'll tell you that much. But with that being said, what else is going on in the deck? Well, obviously, like I just mentioned, burns and heals. The heals, of course, Hands of the Saint, really the only heal I'm running here. Arbiter I find it maybe too expensive, maybe not going to do a whole lot for me in this deck, so I feel like Hands is just enough. On the burn side of things, though, not only do we carry Dragon's Fire and Blue Fire Bolt, both at 2 each, but we also carry 3 Arc Fire, which I feel is a good fit for this deck. You have Headwood and Saurus, which are both considered mages, so they can utilize the 4 damage. Not to mention the Darkbender and Wizard in here as well, both at 2 each, providing another mage tag for the Arc Fire to utilize. So I feel like, again, Arcfire, in my opinion, kind of one that's overlooked. I get what how other people work, and some people are going more of just away from Arcfire. Some people are sticking with Blue Firebolt. Some are going with Witch Bolt, which personally I'm not a big fan of the give draw downside of that card. So hence why I don't usually play it. I understand why people go toward it though. It's a 1 cost 4 damage takedown, which can be pretty valuable. But with Arcfire being, or at least with the mages being in here, I think Arcfire stands a bit of a better chance of, getting the 4 damage rather than 2. So, hence why I decided to throw it in here. I do admit it might be a little expensive, or not expensive, it might be a little high at 3, but I am currently experimenting with that number as of now. It might change, it might not moving forward. Just kind of want to throw that out there. Meanwhile, though, for the rest of the deck, it is some pretty standard stuff. Lumberjack for draw, Priest, giving that global +1 health. He's been a very, very useful card as of lately, so no surprise that he's in the Crusader decks. Blacksmith and Armory for some global buff purposes. Rat King, more of a defensive card in case things go south. I need a couple of bodies to take care of the board. Rat King comes out, provides me with that defense. Craxus for, again, more draw, and overall, if you're not running a Crusader deck without Craxus, well, if you're running a Crusader deck without Craxus, I should say, that's problem 1, because Craxus, let me tell you, big card. Scary one of that, too, considering how much he can potentially give you in terms of draw, so. And then Mordok as well. Honestly, I'm not sure if I like Mordok here yet. I might switch him out, but I like to carry some Mordoks just in case as sort of a standard good stuff unit. Again, that might change though, considering I have Craxus in here already in the 8 gold slot. I might spread Mordok out. I'm not super sure as of now. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into our matchup here and actually see how well the Crusader Warlock Awakening deck performs. Alright, so our matchup here, we're going to get rid of Hands of Saints, obviously. I think we can actually hold on to Arcfire just in case there is a little bit of minor damage that we have to dish out. And we are looking pretty good. We've got books, we've got armory, headmaster for some decent draw here. Sure, it's not the best, but it is what it is. And then Rat King as well to follow up with some defense if we need it. That's very good there. Meanwhile, our opponent is running the same colors. We've got a shield runner showing up. Fantastic. Not super imposing, but you know what? That's fine. Let's throw our flying books down here. We do have another one, so I'm not afraid to use this one on a little bit of offense moving forward. We'll see if he decides to burn it. He definitely has the potential to. There's a cultist in the meantime, which is not exactly fun to look at. Fantastic. Woof. Actually, okay. That's not bad. We'll get the Dark Bender in here. Let's see. I will move you here. Dark Bender over here. Again, there's no chain. And with Dark Fire, we can actually target that cultist and take it out from a distance as well, considering Dark Bender is a mage, excuse me. If not, or if we lose the mage somehow, we've got Headwood, Saurus on backup. So we are looking pretty set. Dragon Knight, okay. Not too much of a big threat. Alright, he did actually move in to take that out. So we might actually not even need... yeah, we might not even need the Arc Fire. Because what we can do here is a little bit of this, right? We can hit him here. And then we can get a little bit of book going. And I think we'll hold off. Yeah, because right now we have Headwood lined up with a Rite of Awakening, so that should be some good stuff. Horseman hits Castle. Alright, that will trade with our books, though. Unfortunate. Meanwhile, everything else moving in quite well. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and move Headwood up. Headwood will smack away the Dragon Knight. And then we'll use our Dark Bender here to finish off the Faithful Drake up there. So we are down a little bit in life, but honestly shouldn't be too much of a big deal. And that's what I like about the Awaken side of things for Warlock Crusader. You do have a bit more control of the matchup here with Warlock burns and Castle heals. So you can always take a little bit of damage, or you could always carry a little bit of extra burns to really help in case things go south. Griffin going to come out now from our opponent. He recognizes the Headwood potential there, and he's not really a fan. I understand. I get it. We'll land a little bit on Castle, a little bit on the Griffin. That is completely fair. However, that does give us room to set up for a Golem. Not necessarily a Super Golem yet, because we have some time here. We'll see how he responds. Of course, we're going to line up with a Saurus and then a lot of Rite of Awakenings next turn. So, a big Awakening move for us. Depends on what he throws out, though. We could be seeing a couple of blocks, a couple of, bodies here to intercept us. If not, it'll be a lot of damage coming for face. Okay, there's another Griffin. I think he recognizes the fact that he has to... Okay. I mean, he has to protect face, so he's going to go for the weaker one. Okay, well, I don't know if that's going to be the end of the game. Let me just see here. Saurus powers that up. I think that's actually, yeah, that's game. Beautiful. So a big golem to finish off our opponent here for a decisive victory in our matchup. And honestly, that was pretty elementary, pretty by the books. Our early game was a bit on the weaker side, but we, managed to, I guess, stay strong. I mean, listen, we took out our opponent with a 16-17 golem. Honestly, it's not going to be how every matchup ends, of course, but I would say it's a good demonstration of the power that this deck has. And again, things like I mentioned before, the heals, burns, very useful, very control-ish. So you're, again, playing more control style rather than relying on your Awakening like in Purple-Red. So, but with that being said, a great matchup to showcase the Warlock Crusader Awaken, and a great way to close out this video. And with that being said, folks, that's going to do it for this edition of Known Combos. Let me guys know what you think of the Warlock Crusader Awaken down in the comment section below. And while you're down there, if you haven't done so already, be sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Share with your friends, of course, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Help show you support the channel by clicking the subscribe button at no additional cost to you. And yeah, that's going to do it for me for now. So, until next time, guys, stay gaming.